Hey, my name is Bill Gagne, and I'm here to coach you up on finishing your basement. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to make a floor plan for your basement from the beginning when there's nothing there. As they say, failing to plan is like planning to fail, or some old guy said that. So we're going to walk you through the steps of how to make a floor plan in the low-tech, hardware, old school kind of way with pen and paper. And then in the second version of this video, or part two, we're going to digitize it. We're going to make it into a computer version on a software, but that's part two. Let's not get focused on that. But before you get to that, we need a plan of what you have now. So really simple what you're going to need. You're going to need a pen or a pencil, paper. I'm going to use graph paper because that kind of helps. Maybe a straight edge, a tape measure, and you need your eyes. Those are the most important things because that's going to tell you what to measure. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. When you get going, you're not trying to get the absolute perfect exact dimensions. It doesn't have to be to scale or symmetrical because in part two, we're going to put it on a computer and that's going to take care of that. What you need are the measures and the things that are there. So right now we're looking at a floor plan of a basement that we have already done. This is from a designer. This is not what you are going to produce, but you're going to produce something similar. So as you can see on this, the rooms are listed. So we got a rec room, office, a laundry room. Here's the hallway. We got a bathroom. This shows the fixtures in there. And when you're thinking about doing your basement and making a floor plan, keep in mind that every room is just a box. Usually it's a rectangle and it's got a door, a window, and some other things in it. But it's just a box. You can definitely do this. This is not something that is out of the realm of possibility for you because it's a box. It's uncomplicated and your brain can simply piece it together. In the beginning, it's hard to tell because there's nothing there. The easiest place to start is to pick a corner and you measure across, you measure down, and then you work your way around the room. Now you're going to notice not all of it's a box. There's some angles here, but you can do that. You just want to start in the corner, measure from one corner to the next, and then up to this corner, and then over to this corner. You can just do it kind of freehand. This is a townhouse, so it's not going to be a rectangle. Whereas if you have, say, a bungalow or an older style house, they're a full-on rectangle. They're pretty easy to do. These ones are a little more difficult because you've got your utility room here and everything. If your walls are longer than your tape measure, as in this case, right? This one is 40 feet, and your tape measure is usually about 26 feet, sometimes 16. Well, you're not going to be able to measure it in one go. So you're going to measure it in increments. You're going to go 16 or 25, and then you're going to mark, and then you're going to measure from there, and you're going to add those numbers together. Then you're going to get your wall. When it gets digital, now it turns into a floor plan like this. You're going to want to notice how your doors are drawn, your fixtures here. You see the door swings in. They have the measure of the size of the door. To keep in mind when thinking of doors, your typical bathroom door and closet door is going to be 28 inches wide. Your bedroom door is going to be 30 inches. Your utility room is going to be 32 inches. The reason your utility room is bigger is because you need to get your furnace and hot water tank and all those things in and out. Nowadays, those are smaller, but that's still building code at 32 inches. The other thing you want to notice on this is it enumerates where your windows are. So window here. That's all the windows for here. There's other things you're going to want to put on the drawing, like your floor drains, maybe your light switches, your plugs, your light fixtures, your utilities for sure. You want to know where those are. Do you have vents for your heating? So you're probably going to have a supply air, which is where the air comes from. Your heat's going to pump from, or your AC. Then you have the return air that takes that air back to your furnace. Those you're going to want to list on here. So what you'd end up doing is, say you have a return air here, right? You're going to measure from this wall, and you're going to put that on your plan. So now you know where it is. In your utility room, near your hot water tank, usually there's a floor drain. So you're going to want to mark that, right? Dimensions there, dimensions there. We've talked about your windows. Your bathroom may or may not be already roughed in, meaning the drain pipes are there. You have to bring the water lines and finish connecting the drain lines. So you want to mark out where those are, because then that way you don't want to move your bathroom. If you can make your bathroom work where it already is, you're saving yourself money. Once you go breaking concrete and moving plumbing around, it's a sizable cost. Unless you're moving it, a couple inches here or there to make it work, that's a really, really big cost. So let's go to a blank page here, and we're going to imagine there's nothing here. You're standing in your basement. So just mark a corner, right? Here's your corner, and you don't have to get fancy. You just go across and you say, oh, there's a corner there. You mark that corner, and then you want to measure this distance, right? Put your measure down. We'll say this is 20 feet. Now you're going to go up to a corner here because maybe it's a townhouse, and you're going to have a turn. So you're going to measure from here to here, and you're going to mark it down. Again, none of these have to be perfect. You're just getting the dimensions of it, right? So let's say this is your utility room here. Here's your stairs, right? You want to mark that out. Where's your electrical panel if it's in the basement? On this basement that we were talking about, the electrical panel was right here. EP is for your electrical panel. This is where your furnace is. So furnace, F. Hot water tank, there. Here's your drain. Maybe you have a water softener. Okay, your water softener typically, hopefully, is in your utility room if the person who installed it was smart enough to put it there. Then we're going to say there's a window here. Here's where you're going to put a bedroom. So you're going to have that. Bedrooms require closets, or they have to be over a certain square footage. So let's say you frame this out to be a closet. Okay, so you have double doors here. Wow, my handwriting's terrible. So this would be BDR for bedroom, utility. You're going to have the partitions here, and let's say this is all open, and right along here is your bathroom. Okay, that's terrible layout, but you get the idea. You put bath. Okay, now you have these laid out. Your floor plan serves multiple purposes. You're going to want to figure out what rooms you want. It'll help you calculate materials. It will help you get permit. It will help you get quotes from either contractors or subcontractors. For us as a business, if a client comes to me with a floor plan, I know they've put in a lot of thought and a lot of effort, so I can now give them a better quote, and I know they're further along in the process as opposed to being a tire kicker or somebody who isn't as far along and will require more support from us. You can also get quotes from your subcontractors. So if you're the homeowner and you want to be the general contractor, now you can get quotes from your subcontractor. So your electrician wants to know what's the layout look like. So he's going to figure out, okay, you want a light fixture here, you want pot lights through here, you need a vanity light in there, you need a bathroom fan. They're going to be able to use your layout to help provide you a more detailed quote and a more refined quote, so they're not spitballing it, or they don't have to come see it, or when they come see it, they're better prepared for what you may or may not want. Our next step would be to take what's existing. So we've currently measured what's existing. I've added these in. You're going to have two floor plans when this is all said and done. You're going to have an existing, which is what you have now, which is totally unfinished, which is now your template for making your proposed plan. So you have a proposed plan, which is what you want to build. Your floor plan has now where the walls go. It's really not a good idea to say, yeah, we're just going to frame stuff up and not knowing where you're going to put your walls, where the doors are going, what size the doors are. Because sometimes you have a plan, and then you get to framing it, and you go, oh, there's bulkheads there. Bulkheads are by far the greatest nemesis to your basement, and they are unavoidable, but that's what it is. You got to deal with that. We'll be talking about that in a later video. In another video, we talked about your why. Why are you finishing your basement? That's going to dictate the rooms you want. If you want a basement office, maybe this is a bedroom, an office, maybe it's an office, not a bedroom. Or maybe that's a gym. Maybe this is a gym. Who knows? You want to figure out what your family needs along the way and how to get it done. I hope this helps you along the way in the process. We're going to take this to the next level and do a digitized floor plan using a software that I've used before called floorplanner.com. I am not getting paid for that. Nobody is giving me any money. It's just one that I've used before that I know has a free option, or had a free option. It was so many years ago. We use a software called Punch Home Design that is about $100, but you're just doing one project for now. So if this helped you, I want to say please leave a thumbs up. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe, because we're going to do a lot more of these. We're going to take you through the steps from the beginning to the end of how your basement gets put together. And these next few videos are really going to be walking you through the early steps before you pick up any tools or start buying any materials. We'll also go through a list of what hand tools you should have and what power tools you should have to help your help you get this done. It isn't a question of, do you need to buy them? Sometimes you can borrow them from friends. Here in Guelph, where I live in Ontario, we have a tool library. You can buy used ones on Kijiji. You can rent them at Home Depot. There are tons and tons of options. So don't get too flustered. You can get this done. I just want you to remember, every room is a box. This isn't beyond you to be able to do. I want to say thanks for watching and good luck on your project.